Welcome back to RSL Rooster. Today we're going to be talking about the Real Salt Lake Sporting Kansas City game that happened on Sunday. Unfortunately, I'm getting this out on a Tuesday night because I've been out of town recently and I'm going to continue to be out of town, but trying to get this stuff out as whenever I can. Um, I did get to watch the game, got to watch it for a second time today, so I wanted to make as many notes as I could, try to um, see if there's anything valuable to bring about from this game, because in the reality of the situation, if you don't know the result, it was a 1-1 draw at Sporting Kansas City, which not ideal. You know, they're below the playoff line. You'd want to beat them. But truth of the situation is I think we're still in 12th, 13th, and a draw at home against a rival is not the reason we're in 12th. Or a draw on the road against a rival is not the reason we're in 12th, to be clear. So I guess I wouldn't say it's a positive result, but it's a result. Yeah. Um. So as far as today, there are a few things I do want to talk about before I get into like the player ratings and the overview and sort of like the performance. There are some general things I want to talk about. Number one, I will say I wouldn't tweet this, but on my actual like YouTube channel, I do feel sort of more comfortable saying this because there's not as much of an audience. I have heard Real Salt Lake could be making a signing. They are attempting to make a signing. It's happening. They want to make a signing during the secondary transfer window, which I believe starts in July 23rd ish. So the desire is there. They want to do it. Now, will they actually be able to do it? I'm not sure. So I do want to make sure everyone knows that I have heard that they are attempting to make a signing. So that is nice. Um, as far as player profile, we're talking age, we're talking um, type of threat, what type of position, what part of the world they're from, how good they are, how much they'll cost. No idea. All I've heard is that they are looking to make a signing during this secondary transfer window. I wish I had more, but there's just nothing else I can say. Um, and then, other than that, wanted to talk about the performance and sort of like how we can improve. Like, how can we take what we had, which was a decent performance against SKC, and like what did we learn? And to me, I think I did learn something. I think one of the shouts for man of the match was Sam Junka, which, and I will just say, he has not been highly rated as a left back. When we brought him in, everyone knew he is a left back, left center back. He can play both. He's been playing almost entirely as a left back. And not gonna lie, he's been pretty bad. He has not been great as a left back. But what I will say is that at left center back, this game, he was impressively stout. He made very few mistakes. He was pretty clean, and he was not responsible for the goal whatsoever. So to me, I mean, I think that's something that I'm happy with. I have learned. We can take something from this. Now when Brian Vera's out, we don't have to like, oh, yeah, let's try Philip Quinton there. No, I'm okay with us putting Sam Junka as the left center back whenever Brian Vera can't play. Yeah, it was just one good result, but I mean, I'd be willing to see it more often. Um, Turning down the volume a little bit, I feel like I might be a little bit too loud. Um, Other than that, now what that also means is one of the shortcomings with Sam Junka as a left back was that to me, he wasn't that great in the attack. He did get a goal against San Diego, but there is a kid that we drafted from Duke named Ruben Messias. Maybe Messalis. I don't know. I think it's Messias. And he has been playing for the Real Monarchs, our second team. And he's been on a tear. He's been doing really well. The Monarchs as well have been doing really well. I think they have, I think they're 5 games unbeaten, and they've only lost 1 in the last 7. And probably the MVP of this run has been the left back. Through those 7 games, from left back, by the way, he has 3 goals and 2 assists, which is honestly a stat line that a striker, I think that would be an impressive stat line for a striker. Now, for a left back, that's nuts. So, to me, I mean, and 7 games is not a short time frame. Like, he has been doing this consistently for 7 weeks. So, I'm confident. I mean, I would be willing to see him come off the bench for the first team. So, like, if we're like, oh man, now we're going to play Sam Junka as a left center back, who's going to be our backup left back? We've got a kid. I think he'll be good. He's a 22-year-old American, and he's fast. He ghosts in behind. Sort of like, honestly, he would be I think he would be a decent Catronis backup. So that's some new information that I have, and just some of the judgment calls that I've made, or like just judgment opinions that I have. I think I'm also willing to say that Catliscan at right back is going to stay. Any other big things? Oh, and I will say this. I have almost never given props to Willie Agata in a game. And I will not be giving massive props to Willie Agata in this game, in that I don't even think he completed a shot. I do not think he had a shot this game. But what I will say is 2 things. Number 1, was he ever passed the ball with the opportunity to shoot? Bit of a graveyard shift. But what I will also say, and this is a pro for Willie Agata, and I haven't done this very often, because normally I say he is stinking it up. Normally he's stinking it up to me. But today, on Sunday, I think he was really good in his hold-up play and his distribution. Was he perfect? No. But if you look in the first half against Sporting Kansas City, he drew yellow cards. I think he drew 2 yellow cards just from being big and like staying in between the man and the ball, holding the ball up, and then pass. And he actually found people to pass it to. So I do want to say that is, when we were talking about like, who is it? Forster Iago. The problem with him was that he gave us nothing. It was like a trident with no point. We have an attack. We have a 3-pronged attack, but there's nothing at the top of it. He was just a vacuum. Whereas now, I do think Agata did. I don't think he's our answer, by the way, but he provided something today. He provided hold-up play, and I'm happy with that. I'm glad to see some improvement. So those are some of the things I think got better for Real Salt Lake. Now, I think it's time to get into the player ratings. So here is, as always, rslrooster.com. Make sure you check it out. Great website. Made by me, by the way. And here are the player ratings. All right, for Cabral, today I have him making 2 good saves, one in the 27th minute and one in the 63rd minute. He had no fault on the save or on the goal. It was a deflection. Don't think he had much to do. I think he really deserves a 6.5. No, I'll give him a 7. Catronis, in the 3rd minute, he had a really good slide in the box, and in the 46th minute, he got an assist. So that is a 7. Probably a 7.5 is fair. Junka, I would say he had a relatively flawless game. I have no qualms with Sam Junka's game today. And as such, I'm giving him a 7. Justin Glad, I think Justin Glad did not have a great game. I'm going to give him a 6. Maybe he's even edging towards a 5.5. In the 9th minute, like there was a point in the night. I love Justin Glad. Trust me. I love Justin Glad so much. He's probably one of, if not my favorite player on the team. But no, Diego Luna is my favorite player on the team. But he's probably number 2 or 3. Now, in the 9th minute, I can't show the clip, but Justin Glad is running out for the ball, And it's like when you're a defender, you do sort of want to be like a car, and like you want to be on a one track to hit the guy. In the ninth minute, you can go watch the clip. It's crazy. Justin Glad, like he's like a train, and he just completely just crashes past the ball, gets nothing on it, and like you can see in the play, it's like two trains just passing each other, and one of them is the attacker going towards the goal, and then one of them is Justin Glad just like completely missing everything and going like 10 yards past the ball. And you can see him, he just like they go like this. Like normally you'd want it to be like something like this. He goes completely past him. Luckily it didn't lead to anything, but yeah, I guess it was literally like a train wreck there in the ninth minute for Justin Glad. But I think I'm not going to give him a 5.5 because I can't. I'm going to round up to a 6. Kaliskan, he got done for pace on the flank in the 15th minute. He just got, I think maybe Saloui just outpaced him on the left side. And then he did have a good through ball in the 50th minute. Bad news is he is responsible for the goal. Well, I don't know. Are we going to blame him for the own goal? Or no, not the own goal. Like, he was what caused the deflection. I'm not going to blame him for that. I'm going to give him a 6. Now, this game, I do think Nelson Palacio and Pablo Ruiz had subpar games. So, and I'm not, maybe their midfield performance wasn't that bad. Like, maybe like how they won the ball and how they progressed the ball wasn't terrible, but they are taking too many shots. They are just shooting it way too often. I remember in like the 95th minute, right before the game ends, Pablo Ruiz just takes a pot shot from 35 yards away, and it gets obviously blocked. It's just like, don't do that. We have pressure. They're man down. We do not need, like, there's nothing forcing us right now to be taking pot shots against a team that is obviously going to be putting 10 people in the box. You know, in this situation, we want to work them around. We want to work the ball around the width and then get the ball inside, try to find an empty man. You're not going to be able to shoot it through 10 people that are in front of the ball. It's just not going to work. And I saw that a lot today. So I'm giving both of them actually 5s. I will say, and then for Palacio specifically, he whiffed a clearance, like honestly a free goal in the 62nd minute. He whiffed a clearance, so like a ball was literally just like waltzing across the front of the box, and he it's as if like when you're playing golf. It's like he's like me playing golf. He just completely whiffed the ball. It rolled past him straight to a Sporting Kansas City player. It's like, oh great, I have the ball now, and he shoots. Luckily, Cabral made a good save. And then, but what I will say is that Palacio did draw the second yellow, and he had a good shot in the 5th minute. It wasn't on target, but he had a good shot at least. Johnny Russell, I'm actually going to say for his short performance, he would probably be one of the contenders for man of the match for me. He played really, really well. If he was on the field for longer, he would probably be getting closer to an 8. But I think he's about a 7.5 for the day. And then Xavier Gozo, I'm also going to be giving a 7. He didn't get any goals or assists, but in the 70th minute, oh, wait, no, I can't give him a 7. I'm giving him a 6, actually. Yeah, he had a few good things that he did. He had a good shot in the 88th minute and a good shot in the 34th minute. He had a good recovery in the 40th minute, and he created an assist. Maybe he gets a 6.5. Maybe let's give him a 6.5. I'm going to put a 6, but let's give him a 6.5. He's getting rounded down because in the 70th minute, he just had like one of the stupidest fouls I've ever, not a good foul. We were countering, we were through, Mark Zook was in behind, and he off the ball kicks a Sporting Kansas City player. And the ball comes back. Like that's a full point to me. That's a full point down. And then I think Gonçalves, I'm also giving Gonçalves a 6. He did some good things, like he had a bike in the 80th minute. And he had a good moment in the 60th minute, but like to me not too much. That's an average game. Honestly, he's probably edging towards a 5.5. And Willie Agata, I'm going to give his first ever 7, I think. I don't think I've ever given him no, he still gets a 6. He didn't shoot. But I will say today he was average because he had good hold-up play. He had good hold-up play while he was on the field. Pablo Mastorini, I think I'm going to give him a 6-2. He didn't do anything special. He didn't even use all his subs, and I don't think he used his subs that well. I don't think any of the subs made that much of an impact. Mark Zook, I have, of all 4 subs, I have Mark Zook having one good moment in the 88th minute where he had an easy crossback. But yeah, that's all I have for the players. I think, honestly, it was just bang average. Everyone was just about bang average. There are a few bad performances, a few decent performances. Not great. We do have a game coming up, and Diego Luna plays tomorrow in the Club World Cup. Make sure you watch that. And then Real Salt Lake's next game is against St. Louis City tomorrow on Saturday, and then the Monarchs play on Sunday. So if you want to watch Ruben Messias, maybe watch the game on Sunday. And then one more rumor that I do want to point out, this is a big rumor, is that it has been seen that there is a club in Belgium that has made solid interest in Xavier Gozo. Now, do I think we'd get $4 million for him like we did for Fidel Barajas? Fidel Baraja? I don't think so. I think this is like they sort of like a Gavin Beavers type deal where they're like, hey, we'll give you $1 million for him. We'll take the chance on him. We like his attributes, something like that. But I don't think we're gonna take it. I don't think that's something that we're interested in, specifically because he's playing so much and he has a high potential. But good for Xavier, and good for the club. We're getting noticed. Hopefully, no one notices Diego. Don't watch the Gold Cup. Hopefully, no European clubs are watching the Gold Cup. But that's all I got to say. One more thing, small thing. Make sure you follow the channel, or make sure you subscribe, like the video, follow me on Twitter, go to rslrooster.com, and very excited to see Diego Luna score for the U.S. men's national team. And very excited to see him being mentioned as sort of like a player that we think will make the World Cup roster. I think most people are predicting him to make the World Cup roster at this point. So, as the backup to Christian Pulisic, which is sick. So, that's all I got to say. Leave a comment. Thank you very much. Goodbye.